What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the GoodeBaker Podcast. I'm Nick Baker. Across from me, Shane Good.
What's Gucci, boyos?
And we're here to talk to you about some video games. First things first, I'm going to let you know, make sure to check us out on all our social media platforms, info on the upcoming content that we have coming for you, the D&D podcast, everything like that is up on our Facebook page. I'll link that below. Of course, support us on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. We just got up on there. There's been some complications with our Podbean storage, but we're getting that sorted out this week.
Yep.
Am I right?
Hell yeah, brother.
All right. So unfortunately that happened, but we're cheapskates.
Small.
We're trying to skate away on that free stuff, but
yeah.
we're getting back into it now. We're gonna start putting that stuff back together. So other than that, please check out our Facebook page. Like I said, our YouTube channel. Check back there. Subscribe. Look at our content. Comment away. Ask some questions. Maybe we'll answer them.
Probably not. No, I'm playing. We'll answer them.
But without further ado, let's get into it, man. What have we been playing?
So I've been playing a lot of things. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 with you. I've been playing Path of Exile with a friend of mine. I've been playing League of Legends. And then my solo game has been Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Just because Steam Summer Sale ended and I was like, I can't pass this game up again. I really want to play it.
Gotta do it.
Yeah, it was like $6. I was like, alright, this is worth it.
Oh, yeah.
But, none of those matter. So Final Fantasy 14. We got to playing, we haven't played since, but we did get to playing on one night where we played like 7.5 hours.
Yeah, we definitely played a long time that day, and this has been pretty much the only thing I've played this week too, so I can just get in on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fun, dude.
Super fun, dude. I really like the
I wish
fighting.
we didn't waste all that time with me leveling that one character when I could have just transferred my character. It cost me a little money, but I think it's totally worth it to now have my character over there on that world.
I can't believe how crowded those worlds are, just as a whole.
Yeah, I think that this game had like a really, really big resurgence, especially lately now with the Shadowbringers and the rave reviews that's getting. What do you, as a new player, what do you think about actually starting up and seeing the early game?
I think it's pretty good. I probably missed a lot of information in the tutorial because I'm more of a like, oh yeah, look, a conversation, walks away. I'm more of that type of player. So just from a pure mechanics aspect, I think the game has a good progression feel where you're always getting something new to use, and then the way the fights kind of work out, I feel like you're always kind of like able to attack, but you also have moves in between. Then you also can heal. Like, there's just always something to do in a fight, and I feel like that's a really it feels very nice. It feels very fluid.
The mechanics of the combat are really once you get into the later levels, you'll see like the really flushed out combat system because they kind of feed it to you through a drip feed throughout the leveling system. But
yeah.
Man, is it fun once you get to those higher level dungeons and you're fighting. There's puzzles and things you have to pay attention to. There's ads that you have to deal with, and you have to keep your combos up and keep your meters going. And just a ton of fun, man. I'm so glad that you actually started getting on there because I'm pretty committed. I think I'm level 50. My highest level character, like I said, I think is 51 before.
Yeah.
And I'm all the way to 80, man. Got to get that grind on.
I'm not gonna lie. My leatherworking skill is higher than my level right now.
Yeah, hey, man. If that's the part of the game that you enjoy, I think that's it's like the other half of this game.
Yeah.
There's the combat half and the dungeon half and combat, but then there's the crafting side of everything that's so deep and so detailed.
It's just really fun, too.
And the shop and everything that you can do, the online shop, it's deep in its own right. So, game has a lot to it, and I really can't wait to get back to it. I haven't been able to play too much games. I'm getting ready for my trip to Texas.
Yep. That's actually probably a pretty good time to mention since you mentioned it.
Right. So I am headed back. Well,
headed to come back.
headed to Texas. I'll be coming back probably a week and a few days from next Wednesday.
Yep.
So we'll be recording early next week, Tuesday, and then we'll be putting it up on Friday. And so anything from the Tuesday mark on we'll probably miss in our next recording. But we'll be talking about our game of the year so far. And that'll be really cool.
Some cool content. Also, I would assume that on the second week of that trip coming back, we might record a little bit late, depending on what happens and how you feel. So maybe Friday or Saturday.
I think I'm going to be getting back on either early Saturday or sometime during Saturday, so we might have to do it on Sunday, but we'll hash that out another time. So for now, the big topics of the week. I'm sure everybody's heard about this, but we're going to reiterate it again. It's Nintendo's biggest news topic of this week is, of course, that they announced the Switch Lite console. $199 coming out this September. Has a few little tweaks to its design, but it's just pretty much a smaller portable Switch. Joy-Cons don't detach, don't have HD rumble. You can't set it in tabletop mode. It doesn't connect to your TV, but it does have that cheaper price point.
It's $100 cheaper.
It can play any of the games that are handheld compatible, which there's a little marker on the back of every game box that it lets you know that. So what do you think of this new iteration? It's coming in a bunch of different colors. It's like
turquoise, man. That's the
turquoise, man.
That's
that yellow. That shit's hot.
It looks like baby shit.
Yeah. But hey, you can't fault them for trying. And honestly, last time they did this, with the 2DS, it really booted their sales. So
it's true. We were watching Inside Gaming, and they were talking about some of that. So I guess their sales were stupid high in 2013 when they did the same thing, and it was that same joke that I made earlier. That whole well, if it's not broke, why?
And they're taking, I think, just enough out of the Switch and making it a portable machine to where I think they will get that big boon in sales.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Also, the screen is going to be a tiny bit smaller, but I think it plays a little bit more to the portability of it. And
you can
hopefully it's not too small, because I really do think the Switch screen is small for what they want you to do with it on the go, like tabletop mode and having it too far away from you. But in handheld mode, it feels really good.
I mean, I guess the real question here is, will Nintendo ever produce a console that can run Watch Dogs 3?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no. Now that we've gotten that out of the way.
Honestly, dude, anything's possible. They're running The Witcher 3 on this thing.
I don't know.
It looks like a fucking potato, dude. It looks like a potato, but they are running it on there, and that's insane. I never thought that would ever happen.
Skyrim kind of looks iffy on that, and that game was made in 2012.
I think they said it wasn't the complete HD thing that they brought to PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
So it was kind of the half measure, but I mean, Skyrim on the go. What can you can't really ask for much more. And it was kind of a glitchy game to begin with. The HD version still skips around on my PS4.
That's fair.
It's crazy. So
still, I'm pretty excited to see kind of what the numbers are, what they're gonna do with it.
More importantly, does this get you in the door on a Switch? Because I know you don't have one. It's $200 now instead of the $300 price point. It does lose those features. I don't think it would really, detriment your use of it if you were to use it for maybe on the go, wherever
I think this doesn't bring me to get one, but I think it brings me to get one when I see a sale for Deborah for Fire Emblem and for Pokemon, because she wants to play Pokemon, and
brilliant idea.
Yeah, I think that would be a really good spot for her to have something like this. Me personally, I'm not a Nintendo guy, a computer guy. I can run all of these games on an emulator. I'm sorry.
I got you. All right, high horse. Come back down to earth.
Yeah, well,
So, anyway,
definitely, though.
I think that this is going to get a lot of kids.
Yeah, I think
stuff like that on board. Maybe some wives.
It's a good price point, man.
Yeah,
it is. It's a DS price point, and I had a DS when I was younger.
Yeah, so
it's definitely there.
Good on you, Nintendo. Keep up the great work. Maybe some more colors other than turquoise. Yellow and gray would be kind of cool.
I mean...
Oh, yeah, they did announce that they have the Pokemon Special Edition, but...
I could see them, alright.
Pokemon Special Edition?
It would be really cool.
What's that?
It would be really cool if they did a Smash Bros. Edition, where instead of having, like, a specific character, they have the roster.
Oh, yeah, you could have, like, each one of the roster as, like, a skin for this console. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be a cool collector's item.
Really cool.
Imagine how many of them they would have to make. If they could have it be random, but then that, I guess, would be kind of against the... it would be so cool, though. Like, opening up just, like, a blank Switch package and having it have, like, a random character in there. That'd be really cool.
I might get that on that at that point.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, if that's the case, some of them would be more rare than others, and it would create just a really cool collectible console.
And you know how Nintendo that would be.
Dude.
Collector's items are their fucking bag with these amiibos. And
that's what I'm saying.
Everything they had in the fucking 90s. I mean, Pokemon in general. It's just like a collector's machine, so.
It's true.
Anyway. Nintendo, Switch Lite. Coming September 20th, $199. Check it out if it's for you.
Good price.
But next thing, number 2 on the list this week is The Division 2.
This is the thing.
Yeah. They added matchmaking to their raids. They have now a release date for their first chapter of DLC Outskirts. It's coming out the 23rd of this month.
Yep.
So I think I'll still be gone. But... matchmaking is a big deal for the raid because I think it was kind of losing its player base because of all the difficulty problems it had in the beginning.
Very frustrating.
People were finding it really, really frustrating, and the boss in it was OP in certain ways. I don't know how matchmaking solves that problem other than like the fact that you're actually going to be able to fill game sessions.
From what I looked into before... I'm pretty sure that people were just, if you weren't in a guild that had, or not a guild, clan, that's what they called it in that game, sorry. If you weren't in a clan, it's the same thing. If you weren't in a clan that was already at that high point, you couldn't find people that were high enough up that weren't already in somebody else's group already doing it. So it was really hard to find people that were the same, like, world rank to be able to do it. So my guess would be that their thought pattern here is to just try and connect more people that are the same world rank to be able to accomplish it. I guess that would relieve some frustration, but I don't know if they've nerfed the boss either because I've heard terrible things about that boss.
Yeah, I don't think they're even bending on that at all. Really, they said that they weren't, and actually they said that they were going to look into it. But I don't think they really did nerf anything. They might have changed a few things, but not quite caught up on the Division 2 news. But that's good. I imagine that the matchmaking will work well for the players that are really, really familiar with the raid and want to just spam it.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps them out. Number 3 on the list.
Final
Fantasy
this one doesn't affect us.
Coming to Xbox.
Like, this one...
Fuck you, Xbox players.
Sorry about that,
So, Sony... Or, no, it was Square Enix. Square Enix posted, in response to a Microsoft post that Microsoft had mistakenly put up about a release date for the Square Enix title on Xbox. Sony retorted with... They have no plan, Square Enix retorted with, we have no plans to bring Final Fantasy VII to Xbox, so.
That's,
Suck it, Xbox.
That's, however, specifically here, just Xbox, they're still planning on bringing it to PC, just throwing that out there. But, no confirm, I'm just confirming it, because all the other Final Fantasy games are on computer, and it would be really dumb for them not to bring it to computer.
Yeah, I think that they eventually will bring it to PC. it is strange that I thought for sure it was a surefire fit for the Xbox too, just like to get it out on as many platforms as possible. But I mean, if they really feel like, oh man, this is a PS nostalgia machine, Final Fantasy VII, like everybody that played a PS1 played this game.
Pretty much.
No hard feelings to Xbox fans, by the way.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I'm so excited. It's an exclusive. Because it's going to bring that love back to the really nostalgic times of Final Fantasy VII and PlayStation. It's just going to ring so true. That game looks sick. Yeah,
it looks pretty dope. No hard feelings, though. Honestly, I could play Final Fantasy VII with a PS1 emulator on my computer if I really wanted to. But
alright, so moving on. Supermassive, the developer behind Until Dawn, announced that they have plans for 8 more stories in the Dark Pictures series of games that they're going to be coming out with. They have the Man of Medan, or Maiden, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's coming out August 30th, but they said that they're going to be continuing to make these stories as long as somebody doesn't tell them to stop.
Which is pretty, like... you told me this, and I read it, and I was like, all I could think of was that meme where the Make It Rain meme, where the dude just like, money everywhere, like
horror stories. I was such a big fan of Until Dawn. I played that game all in one sitting. It grabbed me, and I love horror movies too, so that's probably why.
Yep.
But really, really funny. It's like really corny, classic. Teenage slasher thriller. And man, Supermassive is really good at telling like a fragmented story from like a different character's point of view each time, and they're making these new games multiplayer with I believe the PlayLink idea in mind, where you can use your phone, but I'm not quite sure on that. I didn't check into that.
That'd be pretty cool.
But they did say that they are multiplayer, so there is going to be that feature in there. So what do you... I know you've only seen a little bit of Until Dawn. What do you think about Supermassive in these games?
I mean, from an aspect of not really playing horror games and from not really watching any horror movies or anything like that, just looking at the content that they've been able to create and the just ridiculous, like, positive community that loves what they're doing, it's really nice to see like a community that's so happy and eager to get something that the developers made for them, and they're kind of like, I forget what they call them, but the people like in the community that are just kind of like shit diggers that just want to like crap on whatever the producers have to kind of throw out. There really doesn't seem like there's a ton in that community. So just from an outside point, it looks like a really good community to get into, and it also looks like a really fun game if that's kind of your style of game. Yeah. And these guys are clearly not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, these games are really perfect for streaming and perfect for that setup. We should definitely take a look at these games once they come out for some content, because I think it would be really fun to get everybody involved and get everybody playing these games because they're so intensely good.
All of our friends are jump scare screamers too.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be perfect content. We'll be sitting in the back rubbing our hands together like, yes.
Devin screams and jumps 6 feet off the couch.
Oh, perfect. So, last but not least, why don't you lead us into this next one, because you are the code master behind these leaks.
So, yet again, originally got the information from Inside Gamer, which they got the information from 2 Reddit posts. One of them was GFK52, and the other one was Jack-O-Lantern's 1982. And both those guys kind of, they speculated on GTA 6 leaks, which they said that they knew people from the company that had inside information and kind of gave leaks about it.
Didn't they said that they had worked at Kotaku and
Jack-O-Lantern
one other publication, and they had then sent
Inside PC, I think, or something like that.
Inside PC, something like that.
Yeah,
and they had gone from those companies to now working at Rockstar, which is kind of fishy. Like, why would they need journalists or anything like that?
I mean, like...
Unless those people had different skills. I mean, this is all speculation, so why don't you carry it away, man? Because there are some cool things that they did list here.
So from what we have, right, leaks from a Reddit user suggested as a few details about the upcoming title from Rockstar. Considering that Red Dead Redemption 2 is finished with its developments, it's entirely possible that Rockstar has begun production on the title a good amount of the time. So, I mean, if they're not really making any other content for it makes sense. But details include, but are not limited to, next-gen title only, 2 locations, including Vice City and new locations based on Rio, and a ton more. So I know this is kind of like a summary of that massive Reddit post. There's two ideas for main characters. One of the leakers said that you're going to follow Ricardo around, and the other one said that you're going to follow Casey around. But for the 2 main characters, that's kind of like the 2 that people have to jump between. And then for the story itself, the leaks suggest that it would be like you're running a drug empire, and that you're kind of like an up-and-coming drug runner, so you might have to run drugs from, like, Cuba or, like, from Rio or, like, these other places to Vice City, and you'll be able to fly between it for missions. So, I mean, that's kind of like... I'm breaking it up and just kind of picking the things that were a little more interesting to talk about. What do you think so far?
So, I think that it's interesting that these games are obviously going to be completely next-gen.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think this will definitely be the first GTA since 4 that was made specifically for one console generation. So 5 split the generation. So if 5 is just practically an up-res of PS3 or Xbox 360 technology. That's what it was based on. So now, given the next gen ability, like we're even skipping a generation now because of Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out this generation.
Right.
GTA 6 now has that upgraded technology that it can make 2 worlds like this. It can have you fly between these 2 places, and the graphical beauty that they're going to be able to bring to this next gen title and the detail of gameplay, it's going to be unbelievable. I think this is going to be a generation-defining game, just like all of Rockstar's other titles have been. There's really not too much more I can really say about it. With these leaks, it's so easy to get excited and enticed by like the many ideas that you could come up with for this game, and you just got to kind of take it with a grain of salt and be
for sure.
I hope, but
I mean, I will say just off of like what we're looking at, what our consoles can do now and what our consoles will be able to do in the future are so vast. Like look at Watch Dogs 3. Like Watch Dogs 3 on the current gen console are creating a game where you can play every single person you interact with. And that's with this generation.
Yeah, this generation, and then you take that idea and you put it into GTA 6, where now every NPC has some sort of backstory, and similar to Red Dead Redemption, they have a life where they go and they live, and they go to this apartment building, and they have dinner with their girlfriend, and they fight with their girlfriend, they break up, and the girlfriend leaves the apartment, and you see that all in real time, and you run past and run over his girlfriend in the street while you're on some crazy drug dealing mission, and he has a vendetta against you and comes after you, tries to kill you. That would be just insane.
Exactly.
All the different scenarios that you could come up with, and Rockstar's way more brilliant than we are when it comes to that stuff.
Hell
so
yeah.
I imagine that they have stuff that we would never think of in our wildest dreams coming to us. And this game and the next Elder Scrolls are 2 of the games that I think are going to be the defining factor of open world ridiculousness
and
in the next gen.
I will say from the Reddit post, both the Redditors did talk about the world itself, the idea that it's not going to get any bigger, that it's just going to get more in depth.
Dense. Yeah.
Exactly. So being able to go into more buildings, is like, I mean, that's kind of what we all wanted, because you don't want to take 20 minutes to go from one side of the world to the other.
You don't want like a world to feel like it has walls, you want to just be able to go into this building, or you want to be able to shoot that guy in that window, or
exactly.
It's so incredibly exciting, and I can't wait to see more. Rumors though.
So all rumors, speculations.
Keep our rumor hats on. But, that...
Just put mine back on.
Looks damn fine on you, my man. So that is all the news we have for you this week. I did play one of the new releases for this week. Just wanted to throw this in there before we wrap up. Dr. Mario, the mobile game, Dr. Mario World, came out. It's actually pretty fun. The first few stages are pretty easy. It's just kind of a tutorial, but once you get in there... it's pretty good. I heard that the microtransactions in there are a little egregious, so I'll have to get deeper into that and see if that's really the case. If that's the case, kind of sucks. It's a fun game, but I'm definitely not going to pay like a ton of money through microtransactions. If it was like just a $5 game that I could buy one time, it would be great. But if that's not the case, then sorry, Dr. Mario World, you're not quite that good. But
kind of how it works sometimes.
So, anyway, that's our show. Make sure that you catch up with us on our YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit that bell. Boom. Look at our Facebook page. Like us there. We've gotten so many more likes. I appreciate every single one of them from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of his heart.
Hell yeah.
Just keep checking back with us. We're going to have more news. We're going to have our Game of the Year so far episode coming up on Tuesday, like we said. Coming to you same time. 6 p.m. Friday?
Yeah, it should be 6 p.m. Friday. That's usually when we try and throw her out.
Yeah.
So
until next time, peace.
Peace.